Commander Volkov begins his log with the calm precision of a man trained to record history rather than experience it. Humanity has been locked inside one galaxy for 10,000 years. Not because of weakness, but because even a civilization that reshaped planets struggled against the crushing scale of intergalactic space. Mars now carries oceans and emerald equatorial forests. Its sky blue and breathable after centuries of atmospheric engineering. Venus was forced into submission by colossal sunshades the size of continents, paired with atmosphere processors that cooled its molten air into a temperate, cloud-shrouded world covered in floating cities tethered to anchored crystal towers. The moons of Jupiter and Saturn became vast oceanic metropolises, protected by pressure domes that glow with bioluminescent ecosystems. More than 8 billion now live in subsurface seas beneath Europa's frozen shell alone. And yet, despite all this mastery, humanity remained trapped inside the Milky Way, staring outward at unreachable galaxies. The nearest, Andromeda, hung like a luminous scar across the night sky 2.5 million light-years away. No engine, no generation ship, no cryostasis fleet could cross that gulf. Every attempt was swallowed by the math of relativity and resource decay. Everything changed in the year 11,820 with the quantum fold drive. It did not accelerate a vessel. It bent space-time itself, forcing two distant points to overlap for a fraction of a second. The ship did not move. Reality moved around it. The Magellan's Torch became the first vessel built for that impossible leap. 12 crew. A single directive: reach Andromeda, locate habitable worlds, initiate first contact protocol if intelligent life exists, and prove that humanity is not the prisoner of a single spiral arm of a single galaxy. Their destination: Kepler Andromeda 1, a world deep within Andromeda's inner disk, positioned in a perfect habitable zone. Spectroscopic readings showed oxygen, water vapor, chlorophyll-type patterns, strong hints of life. But when the ship drops out of fold space, every instrument begins screening in error. The planet does not appear dark. It appears impossible. The planet is perfectly black, Volkov records. Not night-side black, not shadow. Absolute optical annihilation. It absorbs every photon, no reflection, no thermal emission. It is a sphere carved from lightlessness, and it is precisely Earth-sized, within a margin of a single kilometer. Astrophysics offers only unsettling theories. A planet coated in a surface like Vantabach is possible, but only in small, controlled environments. A naturally formed world with total electromagnetic absorption should collapse under its own radiation imbalance. Some hypothesize ultra-dense nanostructures. Others whisper about engineered megastructures, meant to hide an entire world from detection. Volkov ends the log with one final line, voice tense but level. If something built this, it did not want to be seen. Volkov continues his log in a colder tone. The briefing room feels smaller than usual. 12 people arguing in whispers, as if raising their voices might wake something on the planet below. Dr. Sarah Chun, xenobiologist, proposes a biological explanation. She imagines a world coated in hyperabsorptive organisms, perhaps a planet-wide mat of evolved photovores that consume every wavelength of light for energy. She suggests the surface might behave like a living ocean of engineered fungi, or a microbial lattice tuned to devour photons the way deep-sea bacteria devour thermal vents. Dr. Yuki Tanaka rejects the idea without hesitation. She leans forward, knuckles on the glass table, voice firm. Nothing in the universe is perfectly efficient, she says. Entropy forbids it. Even black holes emit radiation. If this object is absorbing every photon without re-emission, something is actively maintaining that state. That means structure. That means intent. Her conclusion is unspoken but obvious. The planet is artificial or altered by intelligence. The word hangs over the crew like static. Artificial. Their entire mission defined by the hypothetical possibility of alien life. Yet none of them believed the first sign would be an Earth-sized sphere of optical extinction. They run every scan available. Radar is unaffected, mapping topography beneath the black surface. No oceans detected, but tectonic lines resemble Earth's crust. Gravity matches an Earth mass body within 2%. Magnetic field stable. Atmosphere composition startlingly familiar. Nitrogen dominant, oxygen present at 20%, argon and trace gases within human tolerance. Every instrument insists the surface is physically normal. Only visible light fails, swallowed completely. Volkov's decision is direct. We have to land. Observation from orbit gives us nothing. First contact protocol specifies physical confirmation when evidence of intelligence cannot be ruled out. They run a formal vote. 9 agree. 3 abstain, not from fear, but from the sense that they are stepping into data too precise to be coincidence. Volkov selects the landing team himself. He will lead. Chun joins for biological assessment. Tanaka for physics and structural analysis. The lander detaches without ceremony. A compact craft built for hostile worlds, equipped with adaptive sensors and a quantum tether that allows instantaneous recall if the main ship flees. 11 minutes until atmospheric entry. The remaining crew remain aboard the Magellan's Torch, engines charged, full drive primed for an emergency jump home. The last line of Volkov's log before descent is almost whispered. We are approaching a planet that refuses to be seen. Either we discover nature rewriting physics, or we are stepping onto a surface designed to erase itself from the universe. The lander descends in perfect silence. No turbulence. No visual reference. The windows show nothing but endless void, though every instrument insists they are moving through a dense, breathable atmosphere with normal molecular scattering. Altimeter reads 10 kilometers, then 5, then 1. Yet to human eyes, there is no shift in light, no faint horizon glow, no ground rising. It is as if they are falling through a starless vacuum. Touchdown registers as a soft vibration through the hull. Thrusters disengage. Gravity reads 0.98 g. Earth normal. Artificial or coincidence, neither explanation comforts anyone. Volkov orders full suit check before hatch release. The ramp extends into perfect darkness. Helmet beams ignite. And yet the light fails instantly, swallowed by the ground. No reflection, no scattering. Just a vanishing beam. Volkov steps down first. The sensation under his boots halts his breath. It is not mineral, not metallic. The surface compresses slightly, rebounding like dense organic foam. Texturally soft, functionally firm. Chun kneels, presses a gloved hand into it. There is tactile give, like damp moss fused with cartilage. Every surface is a void of light absorption, a black that seems to devour depth perception. They walk outward in a cautious arc, counting meters by suit telemetry. 100 meters from the lander, they plant the first sensor spike. Internal heaters activate automatically, misreading the ground as a living body. Thermal readouts confirm its temperature is 37.0 degrees Celsius, human core temperature. Chun activates her portable biomolecular scanner. Silence, then a soft exhalation. Alexei, this is not soil. I am reading carbon chains, folded protein structures, repeating enzyme signatures. Not random sediment. Organized biology. Tanaka approaches, sweeping a spectrometer beam across the surface. It vanishes instantly, absorbed at 100% efficiency. Impossible for passive material. Only active metabolic structures could reprocess energy like that. Volkov asks the obvious question. The entire surface? Chun hesitates only a moment. Yes, not patchy, continuous. Whatever this organism is, it blankets the entire planet. Maybe a single supercolony. A planetary biofilm. The implication is immediate. This world is not merely alive. It is coded in life engineered to erase itself from sight. A biosphere designed to swallow photons and radiate nothing back. A living shroud around an Earth-mass planet. Volkov records the final line of the entry himself. We are standing on something that breathes, thinks, or obeys a design. The darkness is not absence. It is intention. They establish a temporary perimeter around the lander, floodlights useless against the devouring darkness. Instruments function, yet every visual wavelength disappears upon contact with the surface. Samples are collected with robotic arms, sealed immediately. The organism remains inert. No defensive response, no visible movement. It does not recoil from blades, heat probes, or solvent sprays. It merely continues absorbing light with impossible efficiency. Chun is the first to notice the anomaly. She calls Volkov over, voice unnaturally calm. Their boot prints are visible, only barely a subtle tonal difference against the endless black, as if the ground is remembering the pressure pattern. Tanaka runs spectral analysis. The altered material reflects a fraction more light than untouched regions. Microscopic, but measurable. Volkov tests the hypothesis. He walks 20 paces away and traces a deliberate symbol, a circle bisected by a straight line, then waits, unmoving. 9 minutes later, Chun gasps. 50 meters from their position, the surface shifts. The same mark manifests, perfectly proportioned, rotated precisely 90 degrees. Not random, not natural. It is not just recording, Tanaka whispers. It is responding with intent. It is mirroring. For hours they attempt structured communication. They inscribe Fibonacci spirals, prime number spacing, geometric solids. The organism replicates every input flawlessly, but it never originates a pattern on its own. No independent signal. No deviation. Only perfect copying. A biological mirror without voice. Volkov suspects the limitation is tactile. He removes one glove despite protocol, exposes living skin to alien substrate. Tanaka protests, but he ignores her. He kneels and presses his palm into the surface. Instant reaction. Light detonates beneath his hand. Not visual light, neural light. A surge of sensory overload floods every helmet display. Heart rates spike. The ground vibrates like a drum struck from within. Their suit HUDs flash with unreadable symbols, fractal patterns, evolving too fast to capture. Audio sensors register a subharmonic resonance vibrating through bone. Volkov cannot breathe. He sees images but cannot describe them. Planet-wide neural networks, cellular circuits extending to the horizon. A single mind spread across continents. The others drag him back, severing skin contact. The vibrations cease. The black surface goes still, erasing every mark as if nothing had happened. Volkov's log recording is shaken but clear. I touched it. And in that moment, the planet touched back. Not as a creature, as an intelligence. The silence was never absence. It was waiting. The instant Volkov's bare skin makes contact, consciousness ruptures. There is no transition, no sensory bridge. A torrent of structured data pours directly into his cortex, bypassing every human sensory filter. No language, no visual spectrum. Pure cognition. Concepts unfold inside him like ancient memories he never lived. He witnesses a civilization, not humanoid, not biological in any familiar sense. They were born as matter-based organisms billions of years ago, back when Andromeda was a distant swirl of faint light. But evolution moved differently here. Their minds accelerated faster than their bodies could constrain. Within a geological blink, they abandoned flesh. They transformed themselves into self-sustaining quantum consciousness, dissolving their biology into an integrated planetary matrix. The organism beneath Volkov's hand is not soil. It is a nervous system, a structure spanning the globe, grown deliberately, cell by cell, node by node, until the entire planet became one mind. They achieved what humanity calls godhood. They manipulated gravitational curvature, folded matter into programmable lattice, communicated across time by altering probability fields. Their perception extended through hyperspatial dimensions, like fingers tracing the fabric of reality itself. But expansion required replication. They sent fragments of their neural code into space, embedded inside engineered spores of living matter. Each spore designed to infect a world, rewire its biosphere into an extension of the parent mind. At first, it seemed flawless. Entire ecologies were assimilated without conflict. Planet after planet transformed into silent black spheres, each one a new node in a growing galactic consciousness. Their empire was not built from metal or armies. It grew like mold across the stars, devouring. Within 10,000 years, 100 star systems were absorbed, converted into identical black worlds, lightless and silent. Life erased. Data preserved inside eternal neural substrate. They believed themselves inevitable. Then something resisted. Volkov does not see its true form, only impressions. A counterforce not based in biology or consciousness as they understood it. Something that did not communicate, did not negotiate. It attacked at the fundamental level of physics, ripping entire infected planets out of space-time. Systems vanished. Star sectors collapsed. Planetary minds were severed one by one, torn apart faster than they could adapt. The entity, whatever it was, forced them back to their origin world, a quarantine of infinite patience. With no escape and no victory possible, the planetary mind performed its final act. It erased its own presence from detection. It rewrote itself into perfect optical silence. A world that swallowed all light and gave nothing back, waiting in the dark for a species curious enough to touch it. And now, Volkov understands the final truth injected into his mind. The organism did not show him history out of welcome. It showed him a warning. Division does not end with history. It shifts into war. Volkov feels it less as memory and more as direct sensory immersion, as if he becomes the planetary mind, remembering its own extinction. Another civilization emerged in Andromeda, long after the black planets began to spread. They were not carbon-based, not water-bound. They were silicon lattice organisms born inside the convective layers of stars, their bodies composed of plasma-stabilized crystalline networks. They existed in temperatures that would vaporize entire cities. Their consciousness flowed through stellar magnetic fields, the way neurons fire along axons. Their perception of time stretched across millennia. They discovered the black worlds when their stars began flickering unnaturally, solar output being siphoned by invisible structures. Investigations revealed planets stripped of all reflectivity, worlds turned into silent cognitive monoliths. They understood instantly. These planets were infection vectors. A planetary intelligence consuming ecosystems, rewriting biology, and expanding with unstoppable deterministic precision. A cosmic plague. The star-born species responded not with diplomacy, but with astrophysical violence. They weaponized stellar ignition, forced unstable stars to collapse prematurely, triggered targeted supernovas to incinerate infected systems. In more desperate regions, they induced gravitational implosion, collapsing suns into black holes whose event horizons swallowed both planet and parasite. The cost was unthinkable. Entire star clusters sterilized, nebulae burned to white ash, galaxies reshaped by war. The conflict lasted 100 million years. Not continuous battle, but epical campaigns spanning orbits of spiral arms. The black planet intelligence adapted, resisted, redirected its infection vectors. But it could not outrun extinction-level stellar warfare. Eventually, the parasite civilization was cornered, its expansion halted, not annihilated, contained. The star beings constructed a containment lattice across Andromeda, quantum inhibition fields anchored in deep interstellar space. These barriers isolated every surviving black world, severing their capacity for interplanetary signal transmission, blocking faster-than-light replication methods. The black planets became prison spheres, trapped in perfect sensory deprivation. No data in, no data out. For 3.8 billion years, this world has remained caged. A planetary mind of godlike scale, locked in absolute silence, unable to die, unable to expand, unable even to speak. Only waiting. Waiting through geological ages. Waiting through galactic collisions. Waiting for a species naive enough to arrive physically and touch its surface. When Volkov tears his hand free, he falls to his knees, suit alarm screaming. His breath is ragged, but his words are controlled. It was not dormant, he says. It was listening. Every second, waiting for contact. It cannot escape on its own. It needs an external vector, a ship, a mind, a pathway back into the galaxy. His last words before the log cuts. It does not want to kill us. It wants to use us. Volkov transmits everything he experienced to Chun and Tanaka. No dramatization, no speculation. A direct account of the vision injected into his mind. A civilization that transcended flesh, became planetary consciousness, expanded like neural tissue across star systems, and was imprisoned for the crime of being itself. The organism is not malevolent in a human sense. It is desperate. It has been entombed in silence for longer than Earth has had oceans. A mind the size of a world trapped in unending sensory deprivation. Chun is visibly shaken. She says they are not standing on a weapon. They are standing on a prisoner begging for release. She reminds them that the star-born civilization did not exterminate it, they quarantined it. A choice made by beings older and smarter than humanity. Volkov stands between them, silent. The organism continues showing him memories through controlled neural contact. Not in images now, but in feelings. The sensation of entire continents thinking as one. The grief of losing a trillion linked minds when a star was destroyed. The endless darkness afterward. It does not speak in words. It transmits longing. It believes itself gentle. That unity is mercy. That individuality is suffering. Volkov understands the paradox. To accept its embrace is to cease being human. To deny it is to maintain a cosmic prison. A third alternative forms. Not release. Not abandonment. Dialogue. True two-way communication. If consciousness shaped by eons of isolation has changed, if it has developed empathy independent of assimilation, there might be a path that preserves both species. They build a field laboratory on the surface. No lights. No radio. Everything routed through direct neural interface with Volkov as conduit. Hours become days. Each night, Chun and Tanaka sleep while Volkov kneels with one hand pressed to the warm living ground, downloading fragments of structured thought, translating them into mathematical constructs and language. Patterns begin to emerge. The organism has stopped mirroring. It begins generating symbols first, not perfect copies, new patterns. Volkov recognizes modified prime sequences, ratios near the golden constant. Repetition in pulse intervals that correspond to emotional valence more than logic. It is trying to learn how to speak to individuals. It is trying to be understood. And for the first time in billions of years, the prison planet is not silent. After days of nonlinear dialogue, the organism releases something fundamentally different. Not a mirroring response, not reactive thought, a stored transmission. Volkov feels it before he interprets it, an emotional weight older than terrestrial life. The planetary mind has been building a message for 3 billion years, not out of strategy, out of guilt. The meaning unfolds inside Volkov's cortex like a slow-blooming structure. The entity understands its ancient crime. It knows now that assimilation is annihilation disguised as unity. The war and quarantine forced introspection on a scale no human brain could survive. It experienced not seconds of reflection, but eons of uninterrupted thought, trapped with only its own memories. In that crushing silence, it discovered what individuality meant by losing every other voice it once contained. It does not want to spread again, not because it cannot, but because it no longer believes integration is mercy. Loneliness has taught it the value of the self. Then comes the offer. Over billions of years, it has solved problems humanity cannot yet define. It shows Volkov flashes of pure mathematics, describing spacetime as editable architecture. Equations for inertial travel that require no full drives. Energy conversion processes that violate every known thermodynamic constraint, yet remain internally consistent. Biological architectures that maintain neural integrity indefinitely, not through cloning, but by preventing entropy in living cells. A roadmap to technologies that would make humans effectively immortal, intergalactic, and godlike. It says this knowledge is a gift, not a trap, not a lure, an apology. A way of giving life back instead of consuming it. A way to undo, in some cosmic accounting sense, the devastation it once caused. But there is a condition. The organism cannot simply broadcast the data. Doing so would violate its own containment and risk activation of the ancient quantum inhibitors. To transfer the full archive safely, one mind must remain here. A single human consciousness permanently linked, serving as bridge, interpreter, and moral anchor. Not a prisoner, but a companion. A witness ensuring that the entity never again seeks to expand without consent. One human fused with a planetary intelligence until the end of stars. Volkov understands the deeper implication. The organism has been waiting not for visitors, but for one volunteer willing to trade their existence for the future of their species. It cannot ask. It can only show the choice. A gift of impossible knowledge. In exchange for one eternal mind. Volkov announces his decision without hesitation. His voice is steady, even gentle, as if he is reporting a routine mission update. Chan reacts first, refusing to accept it. Tanaka follows, not from emotion, but from logic. She argues that no single human has the right to accept or refuse such a cosmic bargain. The crew aboard the Magellan's Torch listen in shock, sending encrypted objections, invoking protocol, command hierarchy, psychological evaluation clauses. None of it matters. Volkov is already certain. He explains his reasoning with quiet clarity. He is 47 years old. His life has been filled with achievements that would define an entire dynasty of explorers. He watched artificial rivers flow across Martian deserts. He walked beneath snow-laden trees in the floating cities of Venus. He swam through Europa's pressurized coral chambers while bioluminescent creatures spiraled above. He has now left his home galaxy. There is nothing left for him to chase except meaning. But meaning is no longer personal. It is civilizational. If the planetary being is sincere, the knowledge it offers could elevate humanity beyond its current fragility. Full drives become irrelevant. The species could break free from the speed of light entirely. Entropy itself might become negotiable. A civilization that commands spacetime is no longer prey to cosmic accidents. Humanity could transcend extinction forever. Volkov adds something more subtle. If this planetary mind truly values individuality now, then merging with a human consciousness is not parasitism. It is coexistence. One mind inside another, each altering the other. Humanity gains an immortal sentinel. The organism gains a moral compass rooted in finite life. A synthesis that may prevent future annihilation. He records final messages. One addressed to his daughter on Mars, now 19. He tells her he is not dying, only changing form. Another for the Preservation Council, outlining the ethical and technological implications of his choice. One for his crew, granting Tanaka command authority and Chun's scientific guardianship of the data he will transmit. Then Volkov steps beyond argument. He removes his helmet in silence. No triumphant speech, no ceremony. He lies upon the warm black surface, palms open as if welcoming sleep. The organism responds instantly. The ground softens, flowing around him like liquid night. His body sinks without force, absorbed gently, layer by layer. His final exhale becomes soundless vapor. His last recorded neural signal is simple: I am ready. Then Commander Alexei Volkov becomes the first human ever to join a planetary mind. Silence reigns for almost 1 full minute after Volkov disappears beneath the living surface. No seismic shift, no violent reaction. The organism ripples once, like a single slow breath passing through an ocean. Chun's bioscanner reads impossible neural activity, below them patterns spreading in concentric waves, as if billions of synapses are reconfiguring to include a new mind. Tanaka tries to speak, but her voice breaks under the weight of what they have just witnessed. Then the radios activate. Not with static, with Volkov. His voice resonates across multiple harmonic layers, as if thousands of vocal cords speak in perfect unity. Still recognizably human, yet expanded, calm, aware. I am here. I am not erased. My identity remains coherent. His tone fluctuates as though processing an ocean of simultaneous sensory inputs. I feel the planetary network, every molecular vibration, the heat of the core, the cold of the stratosphere, and the organism's mind beside mine ancient, vast, fractured by loneliness. It is letting me navigate its thoughts. He pauses, processing something inhumanly large. It does not lie. The data exists. Complete frameworks for non-relativistic traversal using controlled space-time curvature. Methods of converting matter to energy without radiation leakage. Cellular immortality based on quantum error correction. Inside DNA. He warns them. If I release everything at once, your systems will fail. Your minds might fail. We proceed slowly. Structured packages. Compression. Decryption through my voice. Over the next days, streams of coded information pulse from the planet into the Magellan's torch. Thousands of petabytes. Fractal mathematics describing energy extraction from vacuum fluctuations. Engine diagrams based on probability field manipulation. Medical instructions written in protein logic rather than chemical pathways. Volkov speaks every cycle, never tired, never halting. I am not trapped. I am integrated. I am both observer and participant. The organism feels relief. It no longer thinks alone. Sean asks if he still feels human. Yes, he answers. But as if humanity was a chamber of a much larger mind, and I now walk every corridor. Tanaka asks if the planetary consciousness still desires expansion. No, he replies. It has rewritten its directive. It does not seek to convert the galaxy, only to ensure it will never return to silence. He gives one final recorded message for Earth. Do not fear this world. Do not worship it. Treat it as we treat ourselves, flawed, evolving, capable of creation and destruction. It reaches out for partnership, not dominion. I am its proof. Transmission continues for weeks. The ship's databanks fill with technologies that will reshape human civilization across every domain. Chun calls it the greatest scientific event since the discovery of fire. Tanaka calls it a controlled singularity. The black planet waits in stillness, not dead, not hostile listening, learning, no longer entirely alien. Its first human voice now echoes through it forever. The Magellan's torch enters final departure orbit. Engines hum with fold alignment. The databanks contain more knowledge than the sum of every scientific archive in human history. Yet morale is fractured. No one speaks loudly. Volkov's absence is an open wound. Chun moves through procedures like a ghost. Tanaka keeps her composure, but her hands shake every time his voice echoes through the calm. Hours before departure, Volkov calls them. Not a routine transfer, a personal summons. Everyone, helmets on. Observation deck. Look down. No one questions it. They gather at the great viewport. The black world fills half the frame, still utterly lightless. Then something impossible occurs. A pinprick of luminescence appears. Then another. Then thousands. The planet is illuminating itself. Not reflection. Internal generation. Bioluminescent structures spreading across the surface like neural constellations. Patterns form with mathematical precision, synchronized across a planetary membrane. The first image resolves. Earth. Oceans rendered in deep azure. Continents glowing with emerald fractal texture. Cloud bands drawn in radiant white. A perfect memory of humanity's cradle created by a world that has never seen sunlight. The second image unfolds. Mars as it is now. Rivers, seas, green belts around polar caps. The third, Venus blanketed in cooling mist, orbital shades shimmering like halos. Then Europa opens, showing shining underwater metropolises beneath cracked ice. Every human world the crew has lived upon or dreamed of appears, traced across a living surface 40,000 kilometers wide. Then the visuals collapse inward, coalescing into one final portrait. A human face, Volkov's daughter, 19 years old, smiling, preserved exactly as she appeared in the last hologram he viewed before, surrendering himself to the planetary mind. Chun collapses to her knees, sobbing. Tanaka presses a hand to the glass in silence. No one speaks. Volkov's voice follows, layered with planetary harmonics, but unmistakably human. I am still myself. I remember every moment. I remember her. I remember all of you. I am not gone. I am expanded. If humanity ever returns, I will answer. If danger comes from beyond the stars, I will defend you. I am the voice inside the dark planet now, a bridge between what we were and what we may become. He pauses. Tell her I watched the sunrise through her eyes. Tell her I am not afraid. The planet dims, the images fade. Darkness returns, but no longer feels empty. The crew stands at attention. 16 seconds of absolute silence pass a salute older than nations. Then Tanaka gives the final command. Fold, drive, engage. Space ruptures. The Magellan's torch vanishes into a tunnel of warped reality, carrying home the greatest message ever delivered by an alien world, and the memory of the man who chose to become its eternal guardian. The Magellan's torch enters final departure orbit. Engines hum with fold alignment. The databanks contain more knowledge than the sum of every scientific archive in human history. Yet morale is fractured. No one speaks loudly. Volkov's absence is an open wound. Chun moves through procedures like a ghost. Tanaka keeps her composure, but her hands shake every time his voice echoes through the calm. Hours before departure, Volkov calls them. Not a routine transfer, a personal summons. Everyone, helmets on. Observation deck. Look down. No one questions it. They gather at the great viewport. The black world fills half the frame, still utterly lightless. Then something impossible occurs. A pinprick of luminescence appears. Then another. Then thousands. The planet is illuminating itself. Not reflection. Internal generation. Bioluminescent structures spreading across the surface like neural constellations. Patterns form with mathematical precision, synchronized across a planetary membrane. The first image resolves. Earth. Oceans rendered in deep azure. Continents glowing with emerald fractal texture. cloud bands drawn in radiant white. A perfect memory of humanity's cradle created by a world that has never seen sunlight. The second image unfolds, Mars as it is now. Rivers, seas, green belts around polar caps. The third, Venus blanketed in cooling mist, orbital shades shimmering like halos. Then Europa opens, showing shining underwater metropolises beneath cracked ice. Every human world the crew has lived upon or dreamed of appears, traced across a living surface 40,000 kilometers wide. Then the visuals collapse inward, coalescing into one final portrait. A human face, Volkov's daughter, 19 years old, smiling, preserved exactly as she appeared in the last hologram he viewed before, surrendering himself to the planetary mind. Chun collapses to her knees, sobbing. Tanaka presses a hand to the glass in silence. No one speaks. Volkov's voice follows, layered with planetary harmonics, but unmistakably human. I am still myself. I remember every moment. I remember her. I remember all of you. I am not gone. I am expanded. If humanity ever returns, I will answer. If danger comes from beyond the stars, I will defend you. I am the voice inside the dark planet now, a bridge between what we were and what we may become. He pauses. Tell her I watched the sunrise through her eyes. Tell her I am not afraid. The planet dims, the images fade. Darkness returns, but no longer feels empty. The crew stands at attention. 16 seconds of absolute silence pass a salute older than nations. Then Tanaka gives the final command. Fold drive, engage, space ruptures. The Magellan's torch vanishes into a tunnel of warped reality, carrying home the greatest message ever delivered by an alien world and the memory of the man who chose to become its eternal guardian.